Welcome to another video. It's been quite a while since I've posted a video, and I do apologize. Things have been busy with work, family, and everything else. So I have a little bit left in my pre-workout. Let's get into it. This is a non-edited writing update just because I'm down to the wire. I'm re-recording this entire thing just because I didn't like the way I recorded it a few days ago. But here's the biggest part of the video. I had set myself a goal to finish the first draft of my manuscript by my birthday, which is this past Sunday, July 6th, and I failed. I am nowhere even close to being done my first draft of my manuscript, and a lot of it does have to do with the fact that I've had a massive writing slump where, and this I've come to realize is normal. You have seasons when it comes to your writing, and some authors have seasons where there's just zero desire to write whatsoever. I know that seems a little shocking to some people, but once in a while, we just do not want to write at all. We don't want to think about writing. We don't want to think about thinking about writing. Just no. For me, I wanted to write. It's just there was no push. There was nothing flowing through the brain to the fingers in front of the computer, because I've sat in front of the computer multiple times. I've even read some of my book to kind of get the juices flowing, and nothing came of it. Or there was a time when I had a desire to write in the past couple of months, but I didn't want to pull out my computer, and I'm an Apple person through and through, so I would have been able to type on my iPad, but due to Apple being Apple, and if you don't pay for your iCloud subscription, then your cross-platform saving is not synced, I guess. So what's on my computer is not on my iPad. Very annoying. So I've got all that situated again, and I'm able to have that cross-platform syncing again, but I digress. It got to the point where it just was a massive deterrent, and I also have ADHD. Sometimes if there's too much of a roadblock, then the thing doesn't get done. No matter if it's doing laundry, it's putting a cup that is on the kitchen counter a foot away from the sink. Sometimes in the brain, there's a barrier between there, even though all it is in the sink. But for some reason, there's a mental block in there. Some say it's lazy, some say it's you just don't want to, etc., etc. But sometimes there's an actual roadblock in there for some reason. And that happened probably about 4 times in the last couple of months with my writing. Very annoying. So lately, in the past week, I've written at least a couple thousand words. So that's actually a huge plus. And I'm not talking ideas, I'm talking actual writing. Some of it, I'll admit, was some editing to chapter 1 and part of chapter 2, but the rest of it has all been new work. I'm so happy about that. I've been, like, as I've been saying in this entire video, I've had such a writing slump going on that even if it was just a couple hundred words, or even if it was just 50 words, I would have been so happy, right? I've also actually one of the books that I just got for my birthday. I had gotten a gift card, which is a kind of a you choose type of deal. So I picked going to the bookstore, and it was for Chapters or Indigo, however you want to say it up here in Canada. But I picked up Save the Cat Writes a Novel. I just cracked it open yesterday because I ordered the book and was able to pick it up yesterday, or my sister-in-law did. She's a rock star right now because our car's in the shop until further notice. But I'm getting into that. Writing, I've been reading too, to kind of help keep the creative juices flowing. And I've added to my Word document when it comes to my ideas. I have like entire folder in my notes app that's dedicated to ideas and stuff like that. It's all in here, and this is just one of them. I have spin-off ideas, I have sequel ideas, I have a prequel novella, I guess, that I literally just came up with yesterday. So the ideas are all there. It's just I have 4 or 5 books where I'm like, okay, these are all ideas for other books. This is ideas for sequel. This is ideas for this and that. But the problem is, I need all those ideas for the first book. So there's a part of me that's kind of like, okay, you have all these ideas, why don't you just shove them all into one book? Well, here's the thing. I don't do well with writing multiple POVs. I've kind of given it some consideration in this one, where I'm kind of like, okay, one chapter I can have Shane, the other one I can have Tala, the other one I can maybe have Sophia. But I don't do well with writing multiple POVs, or at least I've never really given it a full-on try. The jury's still out if I want to try that with this book. But I don't want to add like 6 POVs to the same book, because one book's from Ryan's POV, the other book is from Sophia, the other one is from Tala, the other one is from Cooks on Shane's line that won't technically even have anything to do with the main story. Like, they'll get mentioned in like a cooking scene or something like that, but that's about it. But yeah, I don't want to have 6 different storylines and POVs going on at the same time. That's why there's all these spin-offs. And like, these are all going to probably be standalone books. They're not going to be their own like mini series or duologies or trilogies or whatever. But that's kind of where I'm sitting when it comes to my writing update. I've gotten a couple thousand words in. I'm hoping by next week's video there will be a couple more thousand words, maybe a whole chapter or 2 or 3. But that being said, I'm gonna skedoodle. I have this pre-workout to down and get some resemblance of movement in before I walk to work. But I want to thank you guys for being on this journey with me so far. I know there's only 19 of you, and most of you are probably only here for the shorts, but I still want to thank you regardless. If you follow me here or you're subscribed to me here, can you follow me over on TikTok? I'm trying to grow that. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers on there. And if you're not following me on here or there, please consider subscribing, liking the video, commenting, sharing with your friends and family, even if it's just to say, hey, look at this guy, he's not writing as much as he should be. Really? Neither are you. Anyway, that's a whole third wall break or something like that. But yeah, thank you again for watching the video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing, liking the video, sharing, and commenting. If you want to support me, or if you want to contribute to my book review Sundays and stuff like that, my Amazon wish list will be linked down below. Until next time, strive for your own personal greatness, because you are worth it, and somebody out there wants to read your book. Have a fantastic day.